went early, and then we don't go. Looks like the live stream is setting up. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to social media, guys. Welcome to YouTube. If you're on YouTube, welcome to the show. Welcome on Facebook and Twitter as well. It is great to have your company. Shukri, welcome along, mate. It is great to have your company as well.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Mate, it's been an amazing few months, hasn't it? I know Simon's in the room listening attentively, and look, I know that we talked a lot about him last week, and last I heard, I got a report saying he was now up over $2 million. I mean, that's an amazing thing, life-changing for the average person, right? A couple of $1 million is quite astounding, but for yourself, there's been more than that, right? You have not more money, but you've multiplied your account around 10 times in the last few months.
Okay, well, correction. It's now 15 times.
15 times.
I started I started in May with like 37,000 US. It's now like 555,000 US, slightly above 2 million ringgit. So in Malaysia, that's also life-changing.
Oh, 500,000 US dollars in Malaysia is, that's not quite the kind of 2 million in the UK, but it goes a long way there, right?
It does. And what I want to say is that I had the benefit of 2 cycles. Simon had 1 cycle. So let me tell you theoretically, so let me blow your mind away so that you guys are not shocked in the future, right? So Simon had only 1 cycle. He went like 5 times, okay? So 400 to 2 million. So if he had 2 cycles, it will be like this. This is based on my experience. The first cycle, he would not have gone 5 times. He would have gone 3 times. So that 400 would become 1.2. But the second cycle, he could have gone at least 5 times. So I don't even know.
That's 6 million now, Shukri.
Yes. He would have been there had he had the benefit of 2 cycles.
I blame you for this, Shukri. If you've done your course earlier, he'd have 6 million. I think you owe him $4 million.
That's scary. So the scary thing now is that for Simon and his team, they're going to have to get used to the large numbers, because going next into the new cycle that's going to start in April, they're going to have 2 cycles at their disposal. And really,
need nothing take ringgit. I think it's one of the really exciting things, right? That one of the things I really like, Shukri, is that you've been saying for the last 2 or 3 weeks that you're selling your Bitcoin, and you're selling your Bitcoin because you showed us facts and statistics about markets pulling back around Chinese New Year, and also that as we head towards March, that is the time to not be long this stuff. And I like the fact that anyone can make some money in Bitcoin in the last year. If you've owned some crypto, you've probably done okay, but they haven't made $2 million. They haven't 15 times their accounts, and that's about extra skill, and it's about your ability to research into this stuff. I thought it was a brilliant call. When you start talking about selling Bitcoin at $52,000, $53,000, everybody's going, no one else is saying that, right? Everyone who's made money from Bitcoin is just saying, buy more, because they don't know a damn thing about it. They're just buying and hoping, right? Whereas you managed to sell it before a 20% drawback.
Yeah.
Right, that's amazing, right? And if people follow that, there'll be a time to buy back in, which we're already knowing is, late March, early April is probably the optimal time to buy back in. But there'll be a time to start building some positions for those that do it right. And this is the difference between, with due respect to them, people who are lucky and people who are skillful, people who have precise knowledge.
Yeah.
Helen, Shukri started with around $30,000. 35?
37.
37.
US dollars, and now it's 555 US dollars. 555,000. So, the thing with me is, because I've done this before, I always get the numbers in my head. So just to get it straight. So in the next cycle, which I'm going to extend from April to January next year, I'm going to put in like 250,000 US. The rest, I'm going to bring it out and buy things like gold. Guys, gold still exists, okay? Land still exists. You guys remember gold, right? That yellow metal and some property. And from 250, I'm targeting 30 times by end January 2022. So 250,000 US to 7.5 million US by end of January 2022. And I don't think I'll be based in Malaysia by then.
Yeah, mate, and I really like it too, Shukri. The thing about that I really like is that it's just full of common sense. What are you going to do? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take some money and put it somewhere else, because the truth is that we think it's a little while away, but the last people into crypto will get smashed like the last people into everything get smashed. And taking some profit and putting it somewhere else, that's just great common sense, and full credit to you for it. So so the results that you've got are and I think I don't think it's hypey to say that the results you've got are astounding. The results you've got are astounding. What's the secret? What's different in the way that you do stuff to the way that other people do stuff?
I think you have to give the students credit for this. There is a process that we follow, and they bought into that. But what I'm really proud of them, and every one of them, right, is the faith. Because let me tell you about Polka Starter, which really changed our way, which really was the crypto that defined the cycle, because it changed the world of Polkadot. Now, the thing is, it went to 90 cents. We didn't buy it. A lot of us were buying from between 27 to 23. It went to 8 cents, and they held on. They had what you call diamond hands. They could hold on because we knew the fundamentals were good. And that, just by holding that, you could go into a lot of IDOs and get all what Simon was saying, like 400 to 10,000. I even forget the numbers. So that changed everything.
But I saw Simon told me that he turned 200 into 12,000 an hour. Yeah. And I saw you buy Polkadot for $700. And I saw you show it to me 3 weeks later for $70,000. That's exceptional. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But it all took faith in the beginning, right? So this is what everyone has to go to crypto. There will be a testing time. And that is when you have to say, are you going to lose faith? Are you going to bail out, or are you going to stay on? Because let's face it, some cryptos are going to be bad. But as long as you have that portfolio, you don't need everything to be good. You need one or two to be good, and that changes your life. Now, we had 80% become good, so that's phenomenal.
You made it, it is phenomenal. And I really like this stuff about being balanced. And, honestly, Shukri, I wonder what people want. You see, you're saying that, part of crypto is you've got to have some conviction, you've got to have some balls, you've got to be prepared to stay in the trade. Yeah. And if you do that, you might 15 times your account in less than a year. I mean, it can't be any easier than that, right? It can't be any easier than that, right? We can't ask for, there has to be some part that is slightly challenging, right? And
yeah.
We're just seeing...
It's going to test your metal. It is really. But you got to...
Bitcoin. We're seeing Bitcoin test the stops under 50,000, right? And it's come down to have a look, and it's come down to have a look twice. And it's going to run those stops. It's going to run, if you'll excuse the expressions, it's going to run those of little faith out of the game before it decides where it's going to go, right? And this is how markets work. It's going to come, it's going to test a resolve, and that's how it always works. And those of little resolve are going to buy it at 51,000, sell it 48,000. They're going to lose. They're going to hate it. When if it goes again, those were the convictions. They're going to buy it at 46, 47, 48,000, and they're going to watch it go to wherever it goes. And this is. It doesn't matter what the asset class is. At some stage, it's one of these things, Shukri, that it's easy to intellectually know that, but it's difficult to deal with the fear. Correct. And no matter who you are, I'm sure you have your moments in the middle of this, Shukri. You just go, Jesus, I'm down here. This isn't working. What's going on? And you've just got to have the commitment to stay with it, right?
Correct. You just have to have faith in it. And I don't think it's easy, but you've been here before. And for the guys who are in this cycle, they've been here before. They're slightly braver now in the second round. But again, there should never be any overconfidence, because we know that we live in a world where anything can happen.
Yeah, we really do. And that we talk about this quite often, isn't it, Shukri, that take some money out of your profits and put it somewhere. Don't put your life savings into crypto, because one day it won't work, and you have to accept that. And I think one of the things you need to do is not have too much. You don't want to press under too much pressure. I've got another question for you, Shukri. Where are you going to live?
I don't know. I think now it's between Singapore and Dubai. Nice. What the Dubai boss wants me to do,
Yeah.
So let's see where it is. But I think it's a good place for startups, both places.
Mate, having spent a bit of time in Singapore and a little bit of time in Dubai, I'm going to tell you that there's a real difference around that heat. Dubai is uncomfortably hot. People always ask me as a big guy how I live in Singapore and how I deal with it. I don't mind Singapore at all. It's warm, but it's warm, Whereas I remember Dubai, walking around and you feel like the sun is literally burning you while you're walking outside. I think Dubai, amazing place. Boy, it's an amazing place. But I think personally, I would struggle to live there. So, mate,
Singapore is better for you, right?
yeah, Singapore's better for me. I certainly, I certainly think Singapore's a nice compromise between sort of a New Zealand and a Dubai. Boy, Dubai was. We were there I think just at the end of the rainy season, to be honest, October. And boy, it was insane. It's lovely place. More than Dubai, great fun. You go into this place and it's yeah, Crystal. I'm not sure I can read that out, but it's so true. So, look, we've had someone ask you if you can talk a little bit more about the cycles and the negative return month for March. I might ask you if you can share that stuff later on about March and the cycles. And look, we're going to have a chance. Yeah. The program you're running on Saturday is booked out. It's beyond the amount that we're prepared to accept. We say to you there'll be no more than this, and there's already more than that. So what you have agreed to do is to do another program on the 6th of March, and we're going to offer a registration link a little bit later on. We'll give people who do want to get the stuff. Look, again, we're not talking about, at this stage, pay $5,000 to learn this stuff. We're talking about doing a free course with Shukri where he'll cover that stuff in real detail. I will come back and get him to do it later on. I will imagine we'll have time, so I'll try and get him to do it later on. And the 6th of March, you can come in and do it for free. Now that program, Shukri, is called something like Free Crypto, where you're going to open up a wallet for them, and then you're going to show them how to get people to airdrop coins so other people give you money, right?
Yeah, correct. And I also, in doing this, I also want you guys to understand the challenges that we face in crypto now, because if you know the pain, and you will see a lot of pain this weekend, just find the solution to that pain. That's it.
Do you mean like trying to get Hubi to upload your ID picture 400 times attempts later, 7 different computers, it still won't do it? It's like, come on, guys.
I think the biggest challenge, Paul, in the first month is getting all these wallets and all these exchanges and all this KYC done. I can tell you it is a pain. You get your passport and then you have to take a selfie with the passport, and then you have to hold another banner with whatever.
I remember this. So trying to hold my passport and a newspaper for the day. I had to go and find a newspaper. Where do they think we live? The 1800s or something? It's like, hey mates. Look, I want to get back just a little bit to what you do. So, what you appear to be able to do, and I think what do you call it? Polkadot? What was the one? Was it Polkadot?
Yeah. Just
it's a great example, right? Where Polkadot itself made you incredible money, but what it also did was allow you into other things that made you more money. And this, to me, seems to be your skill. Your skill seems to be to find real value and to hunt out. You couldn't get this coin unless you bought this coin, and it issued you a what, and it did something here, which allowed you to get this, which allowed you to make the money. How did you learn those skills? How did you learn to find value?
Because once upon a time, a long time ago, I was actually a CEO for a Billionaire, which is the worst thing you can be, because that's more of a bean counting thing. So it just happened that one day he wanted to go into a startup, and there were several smart people from the US, they were from MIT. They all had companies listed in Europe and also the USA. So he was my boss's advisor. So basically, I wasn't even at that meeting. However, as I was walking down, I was asked to see him after the meeting is over. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in the room. The meeting is over. And then they say, hey, this is Shukri. And he's the one that's going to handle this. And I'm like, what? And then, no, you just tell them that you were busy just now, but you're going to handle this. And so, I thought, man, I must have done something bad in my previous life because I have no idea about all this startup stuff, okay? So I got into that and I didn't know anything, but I slowly followed them and followed the methodology that came from Stanford University, actually, for startups. And if you guys Google, you guys can find something called Professor Steve Blank. He started all this. He teaches in Stanford and also Berkeley. And then I was sent to a course at the Stanford Design School. And that was cool because if you go to courses in Stanford.
You did a course at Stanford?
Stanford University, yeah.
You did a course at Stanford University?
Yeah.
That's surprising, aren't you, Shukri?
Yeah, and it's great. I graduated from Cornell on the other side of America. But the good thing of Stanford is the guys that teach you are like entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily professors. Okay.
You graduated from Cornell.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I must check with you. I think my wife graduated from Cornell.
Oh, really? I was
So
class 9, and Cornell is number 1 in blockchain. Well, MIT, it's either MIT or Cornell, but you know.
Brilliant. So I think one of the things, Shukri, is you sort of come across as this reasonably excitable Malaysian guy who speaks quite quickly and heads off a few alleyways, but sitting behind you is a lot of experience dealing with real money, finding value in real money, and some pretty solid education. There's a very clever guy there's a very clever mind who sits inside the sort of charismatic chat that we see from you quite often.
Yeah, well, because one thing that I did learn from the Stanford Design School, the most important thing is what they teach you is to tell a story. And if you can't tell that story, you got nothing.
Yeah, look, I have to say, as someone who presents a little bit here and there across the world, that I've only ever done one speaking course. It was with Kane Minkus, and he's an amazing speaker. Kane, he's the best I've ever seen. But one of the things he talked about a lot, and Shukri, the storytelling thing, yeah. I'm still not especially good at it. And I've spent years trying. It's incredibly a powerful way to pass on knowledge, but it's not an easy thing to learn. It really isn't. So full credit to you, mate. So before you did this, you worked for a billionaire and you helped him find value and opportunities. And you started with the startups, and from there you moved into more regular stuff with him.
Okay, because get this, guys, when you're working for a rich guy, he's not paying you to save his money. He said, why aren't you spending this? You're supposed to get a return for my money.
Yeah. He's basically saying, get my money somewhere we're working where it's going to make more money in the bank. Correct. I can put it in the bank and get this. You get me double, that's your job. Off you go, buddy. And and obviously had enough trust to let you go, which I think is really cool. How long did you work with him, Shukri?
2.5 years.
Wow.
And it was very stressful, but I learned a lot. And at the end of the day, when we talk about investing, okay, I'm going to teach you what a billionaire says, right? Because I'm the studious guy that does all these cash flows, right? All this net present values, the IRRs, and all that. And all these nice spreadsheets and all that. But at the end of the day, when you meet the billionaire boss, what does he say? How much do I lose if it fails? That's it.
So the first thing he wants to do is he wants to get a return, and he wants to know that the stuff's safe, right?
Maximum loss. Just tell me the maximum loss. And that in 1 minute. And yet you have to have all these papers that have to go to the board. But when it goes to the board, the boss only looks at one thing. He has this stash. How much are you going to make a commitment that if it fails, he's going to lose only that amount? And isn't that like investing, Paul?
It's like everything, isn't it? I mean, the first thing on a trade is your risk, right? You've got to work out what you're prepared to risk to make the return. And this is one of the things where, one of the things the billionaire is trying to do is he's trying to get hedged. He wants to be in a variety of different things. So if one doesn't work, look, the number one fear of really wealthy people is becoming poor. They're not interested in that at all. And so having his money invested and making a big return is good, is what he's trying to do. But being safe, and part of that is being hedged, being in different markets at different times, is a huge part of that. And I think, for all of us, as we branch out of forex and head into crypto and stocks, it's part of this whole thing about just being a little bit more hedged, being a little more, across different markets, just makes us a safer place to be. Look, I'm a big believer too, mate. There's even in today's world, there's just nothing wrong with having some money in the bank. Sure, the interest rate might be crap, but it's hard to lose that money. And the more you can spread it out. And look, I understand as well that when you start on this kind of thing, often you're putting away, $100 a week out of your salary, and it's all you can afford, and you can't have money in the bank while you're doing it. But what you do want to do is get in a position at some stage where you've got a few shares, you've got a bit, some longer term positions on perhaps forex or gold or oil into the crypto again. So it's just spread, and I really love the approach, mate.
Yeah. And I think to make it easy, because when you hear that my target is to bring 250K to 7.5 million, that's 30 times. It doesn't work like that, guys. It works. Let's bring the 250 to 10 times. That can be done. And once you get that 10 times to 2.5, I only need 3 times. Mate,
the people listening are quite happy to take the 250 to 2.5. The 10 times is just fine. But they're listening to them going, when you take the 250 to 2.5 million, they're thinking, put it in the bank, man. But I get your point, right? That it's a progression, and what's more, again, it's not linear, right? It's not going to go like this. There's going to be times it's going to really spike up, and there's going to be times it's going to push down a little bit. And one of the things I really like about your approach, and it'll be interesting for you as well. Whenever I see you do this, I see you do this on very, very limited risk, and I really like that approach. So you're looking for what you found is a way with these altcoins and these ICOs to get high returns off low amounts of capital, and that is a nice place to be. And look, I was saying to someone the other day, if something's making, let's say that it's making 6,000 to 1, which is what Simon made recently on it. Then what we're going to see over the next period of time is that'll go from 6,000 to 1 to 3,000 to 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 500 to 1. Somewhere between a year from now and 10 years from now, you'll be taking these and getting 3 to 1 and be happy, because the market will adjust, right? It's just the truth. But what you got to do is find the best ones now, make the money you can, and don't miss it, right? I think if there's a message from crypto in the last year, it's not a crypto message. It's a message about markets. It's don't miss the big times, So how did you find us?
Okay, my friend actually went to your event. I really didn't want to go. Now, the one thing that changed my mind was that, no, you have to go because they're going to allow you to use their money to trade. Oh, well, that's different. And then when I went, it was more about safety. And that's what I like, Paul, because nobody talks about safety nowadays. Everyone talks about making money, but where's the safe side? And that's why I guess retail traders, 95% are failures, right? And it's been this way since the beginning of time. I don't know why that statistic does not change despite the increase in education. So,
look, I saw some stats from ASIC about 6 months ago, which suggested that that statistic is gradually trading. I understand now they're talking about 70% fail and 30% succeed. And look, it's one of the things about it, Shukri, without wanting to be too bloody minded about it, it's a great stat for retail traders, but it's not a great stat for successful retail traders. Because when 5% were making money and 95% were losing, that 5% were making a lot of money. And if it's going to become, 70-30, that 30% is going to split the 70, and it's going to be a little bit harder to have those massive months that forex trading can do. And look, there's no question about it that it takes time to emotionally mature into trading. Yeah. And that might sound. He was at JB with. Was he at JB? JB with us. Yeah. It takes time to emotionally mature and be able to deal with this stuff. And it's weird because, sometimes when you're trading, what you're risking is a pittance to what you might spend on something else, but you still have to deal with winning and losing. That takes a lot of time. So you found us because your friend said come along until you came along. We spoke about risk. Any other reason why you stayed with us, Wynn?
Yeah, because you got a lot of free stuff. Because I was hooked on the Ash and Jeff show. That London Open, and hey, yeah. This is good. And at that time it was locked down, right? It's not like I had anything to do, couldn't go to the office, all that. And hey, let me see what Action Suel has. So that was good.
But it's I thought it was stunning the other day. What Simon said last week. Ash and Jeff are doing the UK breakout, the UK Open show around 4 p.m. Singapore. To 17 people. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? People just, if Ash and Jeff would get on that show and say, "You'll make 1,000%, you'll do this, you'll do that," we'd have 10,000 people watching. But if all they do is teach people how to make money properly and to do it in a professional manner, no one wants to watch. It's astounding for me.
Right. But Paul, that's the really recipe for success. I'm telling you another thing that I learned from the Silicon Valley. This is from Y Combinator. Okay, Paul Graham. He's the most famous incubator. He gave birth to Airbnb. Okay, and what he said was in the beginning, and you got to do this for trading. Do things that don't scale.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom, because everything is going to grow exponentially when you do when you improve like 1% a week. Don't try to go over and try to achieve first. No, again, do things that don't scale. Because a lot of entrepreneurs they want to build first and then find the customer. He said, no, you're going to go knock door to door, one by one at a time.
Yeah, look, I think it's such good advice, Shukri. I think the major successes in the world, we talk about success curves and how success curves are drawn. And I don't have the screen to this, but success curves are only drawn like this, where they go along and they slowly go up, boom, boom, boom. And I don't actually think that's even true, Shukri. I think the first thing that a success curve does as it goes down, because you've got to invest some time or some money. You've got to give something in the first place. And once you've given, you can start and build a little bit of momentum and go along sideways, and eventually you start and go like that, And I think that people need to understand that if you get into anything, including crypto, just trying to make $1 billion, in the end you'll make decisions which are crazy. And if you can instead do that, go, well, I'm gonna, in fact, this is my decision, Shukri. I told my wife the other day that I'm going to come down the office now early at the moment. I'm going to watch your stuff. I'm going to read some stuff, and I'm going to start putting a bit of stuff into crypto, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not just going to, look, the other day I just put a couple of $1,000 into some crypto because I was demonstrating some stuff, but I'm not going to make a serious play at crypto without coming down and investing my time and effort and making sure I get it right. I think it's a mistake to believe that you can just make a fortune out of this as an amateur guessing. You've got to find a professional. I've got a little proposal for you and Simon. We'll talk about the next few days. But I'm going to use you guys, and you've got to find your way to get the knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay. So what's the one thing working with us that surprised you?
You guys keep on having more shows, although it's not. If you compare to other YouTubers, there's no volume.
Yeah.
But having that is really dedication. And as I said, I admire that, because it's like Paul Graham's Y Combinator and all the Airbnbs, the Dropboxes of the world.
Yeah.
It is some time when you hit that hockey, they call it a hockey stick curve, and just go up. And it's the same thing with crypto.
Someone's saying so many shows. Look, I agree. And it's one of the one things I really like. And I think the message of the shows is something that we're not very good at getting out there. Our message from the shows is really simple, that other people may have a guy, but we've got a team. And that, I'll back my team against any guy. I don't think there's a guy in the world that has the breadth of knowledge that my team does. And that, when you deal with us, we talk about community, and we're going to do some work on trading groups and trading communities in the next few weeks. I expect, and I don't know if it's yet, but today the new graduates area will go live, and it's cheers, Paresh. Nice comment. Thank you very much. We bought a crypto coin. We have talked about that. Some great comments coming in, guys. Thank you very much. Look, I really like the team thing, and one of the things we need to do is we need to find a balance in our organization where we can help the clients to work in small groups of 2 and 3 people without having them get into groups of 50 and 60 people, which just cause carnage for people's learning. So we will be working that on getting 2 or 3. Look, a lot of comments coming in about the team, and look, they're amazing. And the new graduate series got a form. We'll be able to have a little bit more discussion about stuff amongst ourselves. We do continue to try and evolve and to get better. And I think we're really lucky to have a lot of very modest, calm, knowledgeable people who want to get better, and I think it's just great to be around. But I talk from time to time on this show about being lucky. It's one of the things that when people ask me what the secret of my success is, I'm a guy who's been lucky. And I spoke to Simon last week about the fact that if New Zealand Cricket hadn't rung me up and said, hey, we've got an over 50 side going away, there's a few issues, can you come and help the coaching staff? Can you go to England and do some work with them? If they hadn't asked me to do that, I wouldn't have run the course in London when we met Simon, But I think it was even more different. I just kept getting messages from Jeff and Ash, and I'd be going, guys, how's your show? And as we always do, a bit of a checkup, and they'd go, you should talk to this guy Shukri. And I go, why? They go, he's into crypto. So I'm not in crypto. We're a forex company, But they just persevered and said, look, this guy knows his stuff, and it was really their perseverance that, and again, I've got a lot of trust in my team, and it was their, commitment to the fact, because you were doing a little slot on their show after a while, right? You started Tuesday Crypto, which is, I think you're still doing, so it was really them that introduced you, and as always, Ainsley brought us Gordon Scott, the guy that's doing the stocks for us, he's amazing, he was a contact of Ainsley's, and our team genuinely grows from within. So, mate, I felt really lucky that Ash and Jeff have the good sense to use you and to continue to remind me that we needed to use you, because it's worked out really well for some of our people. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, mate, I'm just checking my questions as we go along.
Yeah, because someone asked about the crypto season and all that. Like, well, crypto is like a commodity. Okay, like if you know commodities like wheat and cattle, there's always a time to slaughter the cattle. There's always a time to get the wheat out, or even orange juice. There's a time when you harvest. Crypto is like that. Also, Bitcoin, because there's the halving of the Bitcoin rewards happens every 4 years. Happens around May, June, and every time that has happened, there is a bull run that lasts an average of 441 days. It's just like a commodity. And then you basically build your seasonals around that cycle. So a lot of people know this, right? It's just like a tree that you cut. The capacity to bring out the fruit basically goes in half every 4 years.
So this is the area of expertise, right, Shukri? This is the stuff where, and I mean, let's be fair, mate. You know, I don't think people generally understand this, but you live crypto, right? You're in this all the time, reading about it all the time.
Yeah, it's really, yeah, it's really a passion for me because it's changed so much now. I mean, it was really risky 2 years ago. Now it's not, with all the big people coming in. So it has become safer, but I think what has not changed, and I hope we play a big role in making people change, is that there's too much FOMO. There's just too much FOMO and people are risking. For example, let me tell you what happened last night. So we are in the stage now that, a lot of us who are knowledgeable are taking profits in US dollars, right? Now, I came up yesterday with a farm and we went in early, and those who went in early in one night, one day, make 20% returns. That's not going to last, okay? It's always going to go down. And I think if they keep on their money in the farm, I think in a month they can get about 100%. After that, it goes down. Now, the thing is, looking at and some of our guys did go in, looking at the Telegram group, when people hear potential like this, they go in and then send their cryptos to a contract where the money can get burned. Again, it always happens. And you know what? The good thing about this farm is, guess what, guys? It's done by a NASDAQ listed company. It's not done by a team which you don't know. It's not done by a fake name and all that. So it's getting better and better and better, and it's getting safer and safer and safer. But if people don't stop this FOMOing and just want to go in, they're still going to lose money again.
No, it's really interesting. Obviously I keep a bit of an eye on what you do, and I also we've got Bob the account builder, and I'm in his broadcast group, right? And he jumps in and does a watch list each night, and 3:00 in the morning here. I actually join him once a week if I can. He does his watch list, is what he's trading, and the most common sentence in his watch list is, "Nothing quite meets my criteria today. I won't be trading." And that is so much. I mean, in reality, it's not how much we make that makes us successful. It's how much we don't give back.
Correct.
And people give back so much trading stuff that they know doesn't work.
Correct.
And look, I say that, and I'm sure I say it with a tone of frustration in my voice, but I understand how powerfully driven we are to do that. But this is the difference between 15 times $2 million and the average dude who's losing money, is its ability to say, this doesn't meet my criteria, I'm not doing it. Shukri, are there any others? You've got, so we had 7 on that program you did last time. You 15 times your account. Simon's made $2 million. Is anyone else in that group you've got results?
Most of them made about 5 times. The one that are hodling are making like 9, 10 times. So going to the next stage is where do we go from here? Well,
let me drag you backwards. There were 7 people on that course. Simon's made $2 million, and the rest of them have made 5 to 10 times their money.
5 to 10 times, 5 to 10 times their money. So their next step is, okay, let's
Has anyone not done anything?
I know they've done something, but Paul, in crypto is like, okay, the famous saying by Brian, right? You are happily unhappy. 4 times is being unhappy for us, okay? Like,
look, I get it. And when you say that, Shukri, we're offering on the 6th of March now. We've got a day. You're going to do a free day. You're going to do the wallet. You're going to do the airdrops. I meant to ask you earlier, Shukri, last time you did this course, this free course, they open a wallet. They get people to put the money in the wallet. What kind of money did people get given to them?
Okay.
How was it? Was it $50, $100? How much money did they have?
Yeah. The smaller ones can be like $100. The bigger ones can be like 1,005. Now, I have seen some, and I think it's going to be listed this year, but that was 3 years in the making. That one will give around $15,000. So it really depends on when you get it and when the token is listed. So there are many ways to get all these things. Yeah. See, Simon, yeah, they got a 1,500 airdrop last week from 1 inch, right?
So that would pay for your entire course. The
Yeah.
free program and the advanced program, all paid by money given to you by information on the program, right?
Yes, correct. Just by going.
We need to talk about what we charge for this, Shukri.
Okay, guys, we are charging very cheap. We are only charging 1,005. Can we charge more? Yes, but here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, and this is a fact. Crypto now has gone very expensive because sometimes even for all this gas fees. So for this time, at least for this season, we're not taking extra, guys, because that is money that I know you're going to waste on gas, and you have to do that. You understand what I mean? I mean, this. Seriously, guys, this seriously should be 2,500, but we know, I talked this to Paul, we know that you guys are going to blow that anyway because it takes. So, hey, we're not going to take it. It's, use it as a learning thing, okay? So
7,000 to date in gas from Simon. Hey, look, we've had a couple of questions, and you've talked about the seasonality. I think we've answered that question. Yes, Shukri, we've got you in. I saw you in the registration for, I think you're in for both actually, this week and next week. Look, how can we enroll, Shukri? Look, we're going to talk about this at the end, or at the end of this, we're going to do 3 things, right? We're going to give you a chance to enroll on the 6th of March for free. We're going to give you a chance to enroll on the 20th and the 21st for $1,500 and skip that if you want to do that. And we're going to give you a chance to win $500 off this. So at the end of the interview, as always, we're going to do a prize draw. We're going to put the 2 links in. You can sign up to the free course in March. The free course this weekend is full, as in it's so full I'm considering not doing it because it's too full. And it's always a case in this industry that there's a sort of percentage that turn up and a percentage that don't. And even with the percentage that turn up, we're expecting that to be on the limit that Shukri has told us he can teach at one time. So the 6th of March is the day we're going to move to. We're going to offer next. And I'd encourage you, if you've signed up to the one this weekend, it might be worth doing the one the weekend after just to get, although the way it's going, I think that will be sold out as well online. So you can enroll, Noreen. Noreen, if you, for some reason, if you have to leave and you need the stuff, just message mine. She might be able to help you out. Yeah, look, you definitely can see the opportunity to others. Look, it's one of those things where I think that'll be brilliant. Look, what we're talking about here is we're talking about a free crypto course where you open a wallet and people give you money. Now, why? And there's no strings attached. There's nothing else you have to sign up for. There's a $1,500 course if you want to. But why wouldn't you share that with your friends? Who doesn't want their mate to say, hey, mate, come along, spend a day with me on Saturday. You had people at the last event, right, Shukri, that got $1,500 airdrop to them, which basically covers the whole next program for them, right?
Yeah, it does. And this is what, see, after Crypto Moon, there's another program now. I've been telling you guys that crypto is ecosystem. Now get this, we call it Crypto Saturn. What is Crypto Saturn and Crypto Moon is this. In Crypto Saturn, I don't want you to trade. You are banned from trading. In Crypto Saturn, you will make money without trading. I mean, that's totally something different, right? And that's why when you want to go into Crypto Saturn, you have to be in Crypto Moon first, because we don't want you to go into crypto and asking us, what do I trade today? What do I buy? No, you don't do that. You're trading. Don't.
It's a progression, and we're going to do the free one, and then we're going to do Crypto Moon and Crypto Saturn will come after. Got a couple of questions coming in that I just want to deal with. Still waiting for the link for the Saturday class Intro to Crypto by Shukri. I think it's Vikram. You have registered straight into Zoom with that form you fill out, and Zoom should be sending you confirmation stuff. I will ask can you put a message into the management chat and just ask them to check that that's worked properly, and if not, to contact everybody tomorrow with details for Saturday. But my understanding is that you'll get a 1 day and a 1 hour pre-warning from Zoom with the stuff for that. Okay. If anyone doesn't do that, then let us know through the normal emails, contact actions to well supported online trading profit, and we will deal with that. Mate, so one of the things about bringing you along, if people want to get a feel for you, I mean, you're all over our YouTube channel, right? And in addition to that, you're all over a Telegram channel. But what I'm really interested in is I said last week to Simon that you weren't linear, that you don't teach in a simple A, B, C, D, E, F style. You jump around a fair bit. It's fairly creative.
Yeah. I'll tell you why, because in crypto, it's like, you see that planet down there, we're going to that alien land. I only have sensors that say this may happen or not happen. So in order to do this before landing, I need to kind of say, okay, here's a briefing of everything. Are we going to use everything? No. We're going to use only one or two that make us the most money. But going down there, I want you guys to be ready. And here's something that I didn't prepare for, but I'm ready. You know that thing where we made like 20% in a night last night?
Yep.
That I never planned for, but hey, it happened. And when I saw it, I say, okay, let me try this. Maybe it's different this time, that this is a farm from a NASDAQ company. And man, 20% in one day? Like, but you had to go in early. You had to enter by 3 a.m. last night because they open at 2. And that's what crypto is, you know? So you have to have the tools ready. And some
I really like that, Shukri. So you've got to be prepared. Get up in the middle of the night and push the button and wait and see if you get it or not. Take your chances. But if you do that, you might make 20% on your money. And look, you know, it's normally for you. I know, you know, for you, it's probably, you know, $500, $1,000 being put in there. So it's somewhere between sort of $10,000 and $20,000 profit for waking up in the middle of the night. And look, the truth is, if you're not prepared to wake up in the middle of the night to make $10,000 or $20,000, crypto may not be for you. Look, there's 2 March courses, crypto. The 6th of March is the same course that we're doing this weekend. It's called free crypto coins, something along those lines. And it's the set up the wallet and get the money dropped into it. And on the 20th and 21st of March, we're doing Crypto Moon, which is the paid course, the $1,500 one, where the 7 graduates have all gone on and got 4, 5, 10 times their money since that program. Simon, if you're in a charitable mood, drop us in a little chat. Let us know how you're going at this stage today. I did hear on the weekend you were $2 million up, and I don't want to particularly talk about second-hand figures too much. I know you're into them while we're doing it today. If that's not right, I'd like to know, because I'd like to make sure we do keep this stuff really accurate. At some stage, there'll be someone come along and question all of this, no doubt. Okay, mate. So we were talking about your teaching style, and you wandered off into an area without actually saying, the way I teach is this. Storytelling is a part of it, right?
Yeah, it is. It is a very important part, because I need to connect from A to Z. No, it's not A to Z, A to D, okay? But I need to connect it in a logical manner, because you just, and people who were in the class saw it, right? Because we bought Polkadot and Polka Starter, man, I even forgot that. But you were ready to take advantage when it came. And sometimes we don't know, you know, and truth be told, I changed a lot of plans for the crypto course that we have. You guys remember in the beginning, we were supposed to go into FOBs. Now that didn't work. Initially, we're supposed to go into ADA. No, that didn't work. So it's changing to find what is going to explode. And you know, I have my theory on what's going to explode next, but I don't know. So if someone asks me, what coin should I buy, what this, I don't know. But as we go through the journey, I will find what is going to make us the most money. I just don't know now.
Mate, we had Arif ask from, I think it was from YouTube, NFTs coin is a future next stage. You like it?
It is. I mean, NFTs are like, they've suddenly become like gold. They suddenly become like an item that's rare item. And we didn't see this. I didn't even foresee this, because, you know, the largest influencer in tech, not even crypto tech, Gary Vaynerchuk, suddenly had a TikTok and tweet that said that, hey, you guys should buy NFTs. And suddenly everything went like wildfire. And that's why Flow opened up at $10 from my original buying price of 10 cents. You can't see this, guys. I mean, if you buy something and say, will it go 100x? I don't know. All I know is that we have to stack things in the portfolio, and good things will happen, but it's very hard to predict. But I want you guys to be in position to take advantage if something like this happens. And that's the best I can do. In prediction, I don't bother about being right, because if I think that if we spread our risk wide enough, you know, we have risk management, we will strike something.
That's it, isn't it, Shukri? That what you're great at is finding the opportunities, and if you take it, not every opportunity wins, but you've taken enough of them, you're going to get a biggie, and that's going to cover all of it. So is crypto a job or a labor of love for you? I think we know the answer to that. Is crypto something you do as a job or something because you do because you love it?
And why, Paul, it's a labor of love for me because I think crypto allows us to dream again. All this mad thing. Can you be a millionaire? Well, you actually can. Like Flow was, it might have been a freak occurrence, but for 4,000 ringgit to become worth like 1 million ringgit, it's a dream, right? That just cannot happen. So maybe they should make a film of this starring me, okay? I have to pick who plays me in the film, okay? And I think it gives people hope that
I think Jack Nicholson plays you, Shukri. I'm pretty sure it's Jack Nicholson. He's got, similar look. I think you've got Jack Nicholson plays you.
and it gives people hope. Now not everyone's going to be a millionaire, but everyone can now hope. And some of you are going to make it big. And that makes me very, very happy because no other industry can do this. You can have your wildest dream, like 4,000 ringgit becomes 1 million ringgit. I mean, people will laugh at you guys.
So you've made Simon, who's a US dollar millionaire. And I want to be really careful when I say that because that's just not true. You didn't make Simon a millionaire. You gave Simon some knowledge and Simon made himself a millionaire, right? It's his job to do this stuff. But you also had some guys become ringgit millionaires as well, right?
Yeah, because they press the key. And let me tell you this, okay, to talk about Simon and those guys also, let me tell you this, during the time they pressed the key, I can tell you, it was bad. It didn't look like it would happen. That's just what I want to tell you. Now, the only reason that you're going to press the key is not because of me, is because you've looked at your risk management and asked what the billionaire said, right? How much do I lose if this doesn't happen? And if
I want to talk about this again, Shukri. I want to see if I can do some maths here. And actually, I want to answer Hannon's question first because I think it's a really good one. And I'm going to ask it, see if I've got the answer. You can tell me whether I'm right or wrong. Okay. So from Hannon, another one from social media. I don't know if it's Facebook or YouTube. So what would be the reasonable capital to start with for someone who can't have big money? So let me ask you this, Shukri. They do your course on Saturday week, the 6th of March. They have some money airdropped in. It's realistically, they might have $500 to $1,000 airdropped in. That's possible. Is that 500 to 1,000 enough to start with?
Yeah, it is really. I think the reasonable number is 3,000 in whatever currency you have, whether it be Singapore dollar, US dollar, or even ringgit. If you're starting with Philippine peso, we don't have a Philippines crew, right? It will have to be 30,000 peso because of that factor. And just as you have that, that's okay because you can see at the right time, it can go like 5-10 times very fast. And then we're ready to go to the other stage. So I need to get you guys out of orbit first. Once you're out, you can be Simon again. Then you can be like, hey, why am I making money now? Okay.
I think Kellen thinks Tom Cruise should play you in the movie. Look, I want to see if I can do some maths, Shukri. I think it's really important, right? Is that, and again, I'm talking about knowledge that I'm assuming I have from discussions with people, right? But just had a bit of a guess, right? Shukri, you started off with 37,000 something, ringgit or dollars, right?
US dollars.
US dollars, right? And generally speaking, you don't risk. It's not that you've risked 37,000 and made not 15%, but 15 times. The truth is that you very rarely would risk more than $1,000 on one play.
I don't.
So
my two big positions, there are only there's only how many positions? There are only two positions bigger than 1,000, which is about 4,000 or 5,000. And that's, I don't even risk more than that.
And the 4,000 or 5,000 was once you'd already made a fair chunk past the 37,000 originally, right? So what we're saying is that if you've got 3,000, you get 3 chances to make one of them work.
Yeah, we'll probably have to.
One of them works.
Yeah,
you can turn that 3,000 into 500,000.
Yeah, you can. Now let me tell you a story about FAD, right? So FAD was, you see,
we might have to have a.
You guys,
we might have to have a, guys. We need some input here, please. We're getting a bit of discussion here about whether it's Nicholson. Who else would play Shukri in the movies, please? Please put into the chat who you think would play Shukri in the movie of his life. Let us know. Put it on social media. We've got some stuff coming in from Facebook, some stuff coming in from YouTube. So let us know who you think would play Shukri in a movie of his life. I know this Shukri, it's Jim Carrey. It's going to be my favorite trading movie. Julian always asks us what our favorite trading movie is, and the more I think about it, mine's probably Trading Places. But your movie is going to be. Got a few coming in. Joaquin Phoenix. I'm sure Will Smith. Leonardo DiCaprio. Gosh, they're flying in, mate. Sorry, let's get back. What were you saying as these come in?
Talk to you about fat, right? See, I think what I need to do to you guys, which I didn't do last time, is I need you guys to have confidence this time. Let's talk about fat. Now, we named a methodology after him. It's called the Fatsters method, because he was looking at this coin. It's called Wu Trade. It went up to 6 cents. It went down to 3 cents, and he was actually going in and actually sniping at it, right? I don't know whether he kept it. Now, Wu Trade at that time, the last time we saw it was at 3 cents. Do you know that today, I don't know whether he held it. Wu Trade is like 51 cents, a full 17 times. So I'm saying there's no difference between you and me. If you find that coin like fat, do you have the faith to hold or not for the long term?
Look, it's Clint Eastwood's the last one to come in. I like trading places to the moon. So if you had one piece of advice for people starting the crypto journey, look, I'm keen to do about another 5 minutes on this. Then we'll do the prize draw. Then we'll put the links and we'll go just past the top of the hour. I do find these interviews, the worst part of these interviews, Shukri, is I love them. I find them really interesting. So I always risk going over. If you had one piece of advice for people starting on the crypto journey, what would it be?
Don't think about money. Think about getting the process right, about engaging into wallets, understanding the fees, knowing how to go in, taking pictures correctly, okay? And even like Paul, right, holding that picture. Now here's one thing that I did. You know, I have an Apple. You guys know that I have another phone. I have one called, what is it? What is it? I have a Huawei and I have another one. Do you guys know why? Because it has a better camera for KYC. Because I know when I bought, when I do it with Apple, somehow it's blur. And if there's an IDO and I get disqualified because of my camera, I'm not going to be happy. So I actually bought another phone. And you have to be sensitive about that. Not only that, before you think about money, can you check your line? Is your internet line fast enough? Because when you're going like Simon, Simon seems to have a good line, in UK. I don't know why.
Can you ever chat with Hubi about their thing working? It'd be nice if you could put your ID in their system. And there's no camera option on Hubi. Mate, what I'd like to do now, if it's okay, is in the next couple of minutes, we are going to start and do the prize draw. We're going to put the link up for the free course on the 6th of March, and we're going to put the link up for the course on the 20th of March. I do want to ask you, if there's any questions, guys, put them in the chat box, and we will do them now. We'll spend 10 minutes on that. If you do have any questions for Shukri at all. Shukri, we're going to ask this all the time, right? So people who are reasonably new, don't have a functioning wallet, they need to do the free course, get a wallet, get the airdrop, that's required. People who are doing crypto, have a lot of money or have some money in them already. Do they need to do the free course, or can they come straight into Crypto Moon, the paid for?
They can come straight into Crypto Moon. And don't worry if you don't know things, guys. When I was sent by my boss, because I was so pathetic in startups, right? I went to all the startup courses and all that. I had no knowledge, guys. Because I had no knowledge, I had to follow the process. Sometimes when you have experience, you already have the bad habits. It's hard to change. So if you don't know things, actually, it's easier to change because it's not like you know anything else.
Yeah,
Of course, listen to me.
I'm gonna pick up on that in a second. I'm gonna ask Mike, can you put the link in for the 6th of March, please?
Yeah.
So if you want to do the free course with Shukri, just click on the link. And as someone said earlier on, look, if you want to share this link, this is not an Actions to Wealth program exactly. It's not exclusive to our people. So if you want to do this, click on the link, register for that, and we will get you into March 6th. And if you have any friends that want to do it, look, again, this isn't a sell, this is a free course, share it wide, give it to your friends, put it on your social media and tell people, look, and I agree with what you said, Shukri, tell people if they want an opportunity to change their life, it sits here. It's not a guarantee to change anyone's life, but the opportunity to change your life, it doesn't come across every day. Right. And this is an opportunity. And I think, for mine, forex trading can change your life over a period of time. And right now, crypto can change your life in a shorter period of time. Yes, so if you want to share that with anybody, share that. If you do want to enroll for that, enroll for that. If you are enrolled for this weekend and you want to do the 6th of March instead, you can enroll for that one and just let us know to take you out of the other one. I don't think you can unenroll yourself, but if you let us know, we will take you out or unenroll if you can. So we get the numbers and we know what we've got coming in for Shukri.
Guys,
The
the
link
thing
for
about this
Crypto
is
Moon.
you can dream. Dreaming is free. But after you dream, can you guys realize that it's a lot of hard work, like the pain Paul is going through with OP?
The Hoobie thing. Oh my gosh. 7 different computers I've tried to get that thing to work on. Hey, we just had Noreen ask us how we can get the link for Crypto Moon. Mike, can you put the link in for Crypto Moon? So this is the paid course. It's $1,500. I wanted to discount it to $1,497, but Shukri said that 4s are unlucky. So $1,500 is the price. So here's the one that's $1,500. This is the one. You can skip the starting one and come straight into this course if you've got a little bit of experience. If you don't have any experience, and if you don't have a wallet, then do the free course, spend a day with Shukri. Look, it's really easy to get. If you spend a day with Shukri, you're going to learn some stuff and you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun as you go along. So I would do that. No worries, Noreen. Jump into that. Now, look, one of the things we will do with Crypto Moon is we will limit the numbers in there. We had 7 last time with Shukri. Everybody's made at least 4 or 5 to 1, from what I understand, on the money they've got invested, which really means that if they started off their crypto with more than $400, they've paid for the program already. Given that most of them will have started off in the thousands, they've well more than paid for the program already, and that's everybody. Yeah. So we will limit it. I know that one of the things we do have, and I'm sure you guys understand this, there's a bit of a staff discount that goes on this kind of stuff, and the staff are lining up to get some places. So if you do want to get in quick and do that. What I'm going to ask now is we're going to do any more questions that you guys have got. Put them in the questions box. But while we wait for you guys to type, I'm going to ask and this will slow down questions coming in from YouTube. Mate, just back over 50,260 on Fusion at the moment. I'd like to see it close above 50,000 on a daily chart, mate, and get back up above there. It'd be nice. Can it be paid by installment? Hannah, the answer to that straight off is no. But what I'd encourage you to do is to come and do the free course and see if we can get enough money airdropped in to help you to pay for it, and then have a chat with us and we'll see what we can do for you. The answer is right now we don't have an installment in place for this, but it's something that I can talk to Shukri about as we go along. But if you don't have enough money for the advanced course, I would encourage you to do the free one to start with. Would be my advice to you. Mike, can we do a prize draw, please, for those that are in the Zoom? Those who are in the Zoom, someone's going to get the chance to do the advanced course for $500 off. Now, look, I don't need to get $500 off because it's going to upsell, but we love this this part of this program. Now, here are the rules, right? To win the prize, you've got to be in the Zoom session, and you've got to reply within 15 seconds and tell me that you're here, or we're going to do a redraw. And that's it. If you're not here, you do miss out, and you do miss out. Now, normally Crystal's on one side of the prize. She either misses it by 1 or she gets it. Let's see how we go today for Crystal. We did have a winner of it last week as well. Rightio, spin the wheel, please, Mai. Here we go. That pool's not me, I'm pretty sure, Simon. I'm not sure you can win it either, to be honest. There we go. That is great news. Congratulations, Greg. If you do want to do first of all, Greg, can you confirm for me that you are still in the room? I had an email from you today. Congratulations, Greg. Look, have a chat with James. You can either sign up and pay the $1,500, and I will that's $500 off, and we'll refund you the $500, or you can wait and I'll get James to send you a discount code on Monday for the $500. That is for you, not transferable, but if you want to do it, mate, congratulations. And I do love seeing the regular people who attend this show every week winning the prizes. That is really cool. So let me see if I can do a recap. Let me slow down and do it so people can understand me. If you're new to crypto, don't have a lot of cash if you're beginning. Fantastic, Greg. Really? Okay, that's interesting. We'll sort that out for you. Remind me on Monday if you don't mind. If you're new to crypto, click the link and do the 6th of March. I'll get Maya to post that again for us if you don't mind. That's a free day. We'll take you through the agony, as Shukri calls it, where we show you how to set up a wallet, and it is a pain in the ass. And the best way to do it is with some help. The other thing we'll do is we'll give you the replay or the recording of this so you can go back and watch it ongoing. Believe it or not, our graduates area is up and running today, so we'll have a nice proper place to host these recordings as well. The new graduates area has taken a huge amount of time. I'm super excited that it's up today. It'll be up for OTP today. It'll be up for actions to wealth over the next couple of days. Yeah, thank God. Now, if you want to do the paid course on the 20th and the 21st of March, Crypto Moon, I'll get Maya to put that link back in there as well. Click on that and jump in and do book your spot if at all possible. I haven't spoken to Shukri about where we'll cap the numbers for that, but you know what he's telling us is the 7 people who did it last time have all been successful, and that has to be the goal for this one. Yeah. That what we want is everybody who does it 4, 5, 10 times their money, and that requires us to make sure we keep the room at a size where Shukri can teach it comfortably. It also means that we need to make sure that people who do it, I'm going to encourage you to do it. If you want to do this, jump in this and make sure you've got some time to do crypto and actually make some money so we can keep this record. What I'd like in a year or so from now is to say, everybody who's done crypto moons made more than 10 to 1, 20 to 1, whatever it is. That is good for everybody involved.
Guys, I got to remember, right? I talk to the team, average 1 video every day. Remember.
Honestly, geez, how do you do it?
Average 1, because you know it's like going to that planet behind there. Things are changed. There might be an alien behind you. Got to warn you guys. Like Simon, I warn you, like dude, like there was an alien behind you on Saturday, right?
Did you
you up?
Did you? What's the planet behind you, Shukri?
It's called Simon. We named it after Simon now.
He's got a planet named after him now. Well, fair enough. Come and join us on the 6th of March. Spend a day with Shukri. You'll get a lot more of this, you know. I really encourage. I know there's a lot of I've heard him called the Mad Malaysian from Simon, the Millionaire Maker. We called him recently. But don't be distracted from what he really is. He's a really clever guy with a really exclusive, simple method. And if you can learn that method and repeat that method, you too can make the kind of money that he has. All things working in your favor, and that's got to be the hope for all of us moving forward. Any last thoughts, Shukri?
Yeah, from Stanford University, guys. I mean, we're gonna talk a bit about this on Saturday, but one of the tenets of design thinking, now this is gonna surprise you guys, quantity, not quality. Again, this is for startups, because when you're going into startups, you need as many ideas as possible, and then you chop off what doesn't matter. And that's what we do in Crypto Moon. We have tools. I don't know now what I'm gonna use. Remember the tool of the farm that I talked to just now, it wasn't even in my plan, but I had it in my arsenal somewhere. And when that time comes out, I will just pull it out, because if we can make money there, that's what we're going to do.
Mate, I just want to confirm for those listening, Simon's up about 1.75 at the moment, or his balance is about 1.75 at the moment, bit of a pullback on the pullback on cryptos. Look, Naveen, it's the only one we have booked at this time. We'll have a look on the numbers. If it fills up, we'll have a look at whether we can do another one. Look, I want to talk a little bit about why this is the way it is, right? Now, I don't know if Shukri's going to share it, but he's got a Naveen, if you can't do it live, we will make a replay available, and do let us know about dates you might be able to do. I don't know whether we can do it or not. How this works is really simple, right? How do I pay Shukri enough to do this program when he was charging $1,500 a person? The answer is I clearly can't. What we know from Shukri is that March is a time when we expect crypto markets to pull back, and he won't be trading a lot. So March is a time when he's prepared to do a lot of education. Now, April, on the other hand, is the biggest, fastest forward-moving month in crypto history. Every year, if you go back over the seasonality, March is the rest month, teach, April is the trade month. So we won't be running Crypto Moon too much in April, or any of these crypto courses in April, because Shukri will be full on trying to turn his 250,000 into 500,000 that month. He'll be looking to at least double it, right? And look, the numbers say that's possible, right? The numbers say that it's a massive forward-moving month, right? So we'll do March 2021. We'll have a look around there. There is Easter around the front of April. Maybe we can fix something in there with a bit of luck if we need to. But the first thing we'll do is we'll take the first people that commit, and we'll get Crypto Moon, ready to go. And it's one of the things I really like about it, and I really get, is that it'll already be a different course from the last one.
Yeah,
there's new stuff, right?
Yes. Every season is different, guys. Every season is a new planet. Now, is the polka dot planet still attractive? Yes. The guys in the past, they're already there. If you guys want to go there and say, hey, dude, get out. This is too full. Go somewhere else. Because harder to make money there. It's going to take longer.
Fed, did you keep on to that the 3 cent coin? Fed, did you hold it? Year 100 times coming soon. Is that the 3-cent coin, or is that just generally about crypto? He didn't. Bad luck, mate. Oh well. Fat, are you doing okay? Fat, how are you doing? Are you doing okay in your crypto? I did real good. Real good. Said it again. Look, it's a real pleasure to have you on the program, Shukri, and I think it's really nice. I think it's you work really hard at this, and you're well known to some people, but not all the people. It's nice to put you out in front of the world. I encourage you guys again. The free course. First of all, if you're not into crypto, spend a day with Shukri and see if it's for you, and invite some friends. At the end of the day, if I can make the reminder to you that we have Shukri because a friend has invited him to come and told him he should. And if he hadn't, I have a feeling that Shukri will be going just fine, but perhaps not quite as well as he is. That there's been some real benefit from both of us in this relationship. I certainly hope there has been. And that, jumping into something because someone invites you and seeing it work out really well, that is community. And I really encourage you to share it. Thanks, Shukri. Thanks to the rest of you.
Okay, one wonderful night. For the next part, guys, if you guys come up with an idea, I'm going to demand your wallet address. I want you to hold, okay? You better hold that damn thing. You are going to hold that thing to wherever it goes. No, guys, I'm not, this is what I want to emphasize, you guys. Sometimes you guys have it. You guys don't realize it. So let's have some faith next time on your ability to analyze things. Hold
diamond hands. Yes, sure. I just want to read this as we wind up from Fad. I did real good. I mean, real good. Thanks to Shukri. Nice, mate. It must be a nice feeling to be part of this. It's we've been around a long time and we've seen people make money over a lot of years. But for you to share your knowledge and see people change their lives, people ask us why we do this, and it's because I've been part of historic sporting victories in my sport for my country, and it's an amazing feeling when that happens. But watching people change their lives is amazing, and there's nothing wrong with Malaysia, but for Shukri to be able to choose whether he's going to live in Singapore and Dubai is a great place to be. And I like that as well, Fat. Easy to look at the charts trading. So once you do the stuff with the crypto, the knowledge isn't the same, but it does transfer to some degree, right?
And last but not least, guys, remember, okay, I've always told, please remember, I am taking out some of the money and putting it in gold, land, and property, okay?
Yeah, land is such a good place to, property is such a good place to put a bit of money when you've made a bit, Shukri. It's a great thing. I'm going to give you a final piece of advice. Today, a close friend of mine passed. Don't waste a day, guys. They are, my family went in for a hip replacement and never came out. And don't waste a day. You don't know when it's over for you. Take the opportunities that are around you. Enjoy your life and write this down. Remember this, right? Life's to be enjoyed, people. Make sure you enjoy it. Thank you, Shukri. You're a great man. Appreciate you having you on my show. I'll look to get you back as soon as I can. Thanks to everybody who has sat through this. It's great to have your company today. And we will see you next week. My guest next week may well be Linker. I'm also trying to get James on at some point to come and talk about operations and how he makes all this stuff happen. Thank you, Crystal. Thanks, everyone. See you guys next week. Thank you, Shukri. See you, buddy.
Bye.